Hey everyone, it's Egwin again. Now, yesterday evening I realized there is still a little bit this aspect of overthinking, procrastination, lack of getting things going in the air. Not with me, but I realized that some other people sometimes struggle with that. So I thought maybe I just throw in a vlog and give some more ideas to that, some ideas that might help to find a way or to think about things in a different manner. And whenever we want to go from A to B, whenever we choose a new direction in life or to focus on a new project, many know that there is resistance in one way or the other, either inside or from the outside, or a combination of both. Now, resistance from the outside is one thing, because sometimes it's the resistance we draw actually in because of the resistance we have in ourselves. And sometimes, yes, of course, sometimes there are difficulties, but those difficulties that come literally from the outside, sometimes we just have to push through. It's more about the difficulties that we create ourselves that are really the interesting part of this whole journey. Now, when we talk about getting into flow and getting things done, to flow, you have to go. And this circle, this positive circle, closes up again, because as soon as you flow, you also instantly go. So it's like a cat biting her own tail, but at this time in a positive way. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're in a city, it's rush hour, it's really crowded out on the street, but still you have to go from A to B, and the most important thing for you personally, so that's your basic intention, is to keep flowing and to keep moving, and to most efficiently go from A to B in this flowing state. Now, when you think about that and you sit yourself down at the beginning, you picture yourself walking down the stairs of your apartment, going out on the pavement, starting to walk the street to the first street crossing, then over the street a little bit further to the first tramway station, then you cross the tramway station, you just keep walking. You don't really want to get stuck, you don't really want to go on the tram, because then you would have to stop. No, you want to stay in this movement flow for whatever reason, it doesn't matter, it's just a thought to entertain. And you picture yourself doing all that. You picture yourself precisely. You know precisely where you want to go. You know, oh, there's construction work. I'm gonna change the street there. Not 5 meters in front or 5 meters before. No, I'm just gonna change the street side from here to there at exactly that spot. And all those tiny little details, where you walk on the pavement, rather on the left side of it or on the right side. Do you want to have the people passing by on your left or on your right side? You really picture all that perfectly and create this perfect flowing picture in your mind how you get from A to B. And then you go out on the street and you start walking. And for the first couple of meters, for the first couple of 100 meters maybe, depending on where you live, it's possible to actually do that. As soon as the crowd gets closer, as soon as there are more and more people, and as soon as the traffic gets more and more bad, as soon as that happens, suddenly you have to stop, because there is a car coming from the left, there's a car coming from the right. You have to stop in order to cross the street. Maybe suddenly you come to a street light that's red. You have to stop in order to cross the street. Then you go over the marketplace. A lot of people are there. Tremendous amount of sellers and buyers. And you walk there, and not everyone is watching what you're doing. They rely on your ability to adapt as well. But you have this perfectly strict idea in your head where you want to go. And suddenly you start pumping into people because you try to stay in the flow, in the flow that you conceptually were thinking about before. So that's not gonna work. But as soon as you say, okay, I'm here, my general direction is that at some point during that day I want to reach B, and the point is, in this specific example, okay, B is a specific geographical spot somewhere in the city. But in terms of, for example, getting a new idea started, it's quite often enough to have a projection of what you want this idea to be at the end, how it feels like, how it should influence your life, and how you want to express in it. So that's just a vague area. But then, going back to the example from before, then you just simply get going. You go down the stairs, you go down to the pavement, you start walking. And instead of sticking to your fixed plan, you don't even have a plan. No, you go out and you walk. You see the street light in front is gonna turn red. You just simply don't stop there. You just simply move along the road for 50, 60 meters further. And then suddenly there is a gap because currently there are no cars from the left and from the right because some are standing at the red light, some are crossing there. So you can walk across the street without using the street light. People are coming in front of you, people are coming from the side on that marketplace, and you just simply walk. But you're fluid. You can go through all that without having to stop. You can create your own path. And on that path, influenced by all those different aspects from the outside, by the cars and by the people you meet, influenced by that, this path changes, this path creates opportunities, and this path creates experiences and points of view that you wouldn't have had if you would just stick to your perfectly designed program to getting from here to there. And it's exactly that variety that creates itself through moving and letting things happen and allowing a certain uncertainty that creates this tremendous amount of possibilities that range from things that you might have been able to think about to things that you could not have possibly thought about. And that's what flow is all about. Flow is about having a direction, a vague direction, doesn't have to be a perfect goal, and allowing the path to create this goal in interaction with yourself. That's what's important. That's what you can do. I hope that inspired you. Let me know what you think about it. Have a wonderful day so far. Bye.